Hello, Westford. Congresswoman Lori Trahan stopped into the WestfordCAT studio this week. Town Manager Jody Ross led a meeting on stormwater management and how the town will pay for the state's increased regulations. And the farmers market is ready for applications from vendors. I'm Nancy Burns, a WestfordCAT board member, and WestfordCAT News is next. Before we get started, I'd like to remind you to sign up for our email alerts, delivering all of our latest Westford news to your inbox. Just visit westfordcatnews.org and click on the red subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. And if you feel passionate about an issue you'd like to see featured in the news, email News Director Joyce Polino Crane at jcrane@westfordcat.org. We can get you started with a video camera class so you can document the issue, and then we'll collaborate in telling your story. U.S. Representative of the 3rd Congressional District, Lori Trahan, stopped by the studio to chat with News Director Joyce Polino Crane on February 18th. Here is Trahan detailing her committee assignments.
Yeah, so I was appointed to the Armed Services Committee and Education and Labor. So the Armed Services Committee is important to Massachusetts. It's, responsible for $16 billion in DoD funding and supports nearly 70,000 jobs in the state of Massachusetts. And the person who's actually represented the 3rd District has had a seat on that committee for more than 25 years. So that was an important committee from an economic perspective, from, protecting our military service men and women, and our national security, but we haven't had someone from Massachusetts on the Education and Labor Committee in quite some time. So,
is that right?
Yeah, it was a tough committee to get on, but we worked really hard. We're persistent, and that has jurisdiction over workforce issues, labor issues, certainly, paid leave, paycheck fairness. But then also education, which I talked about the entire time on the campaign, whether that was college affordability, the investment that we make in early childhood, and then vocational and technical trade programs. So I'm really excited to get to work on that committee.
So who decides? How does it work? What are the inner workings of Congress?
That's a great question. Because you put your name in based on what you're interested in. And you write letters. There's a steering and policy committee that helps decide how seats will be distributed across, geography and expertise. And, I worked really hard talking to the dean of our delegation, which is Congressman Richie Neal, because he has to make sure that New England and Massachusetts has coverage across a number of committees. So you really go to work on a lobbying campaign with, leadership, the caucus, the steering and policy committee, and then certainly your regional delegation. So,
wow,
it was a whole new campaign.
To watch the entire Main Street interview, visit westfordcat.org. Town Manager Jody Ross announced recently that the farmers market will return to the town common on Tuesdays from 2:30 to 6:30 p.m., beginning July 9th and ending August 27th. Vendor applications are due by March 4th. The farmers market ran each growing season from 2007 to 2017. But last season, there were no Tuesday afternoon gatherings after the market's founder, Gloria Gilbert, stepped down from her role as organizer. This year, the Agricultural Commission is spearheading the effort. The farmers market also has a Facebook page. Search for Westford Farmers Market. Aging infrastructure in town and new regulations from the Environmental Protection Agency are requiring town officials to raise an additional $1 million for fiscal 2020 over the budgeted $600,000 for stormwater management. Town Manager Jody Ross is proposing that voters approve an enterprise fund to cover the ballooning costs. Stormwater is rainwater that flows onto impervious surfaces such as sidewalks and roadways. The EPA's goal is to improve drainage to prevent the runoff from polluting the town's aquifers. Officials held a meeting on February 18th to discuss creating a stormwater utility enterprise fund for the fiscal year that begins July 1st. The fund would pay for the additional expenses. Here's Treasurer Christine Collins explaining the reasons for proposing an enterprise fund.
So why is the finance team recommending an enterprise fund? It's so that collection of revenues would be applied directly to the designated purpose and cannot be spent on anything else. Fees can be kept in the fund and accumulate for future projects, capital projects. It improves transparency of tracking actual revenues and expenditures for this purpose. And the state recommends an enterprise fund for stormwater management.
But attorney Douglas Deshane, who has represented many businesses in town, said owners would be confused by the additional costs.
I think your biggest hurdle is going to be explaining to people that although there's a nexus between general stormwater systems for the town and people's impervious surface,
Right.
there's really none. Right? People are going to say, why am I paying this fee to address stormwater if my property isn't contributing to the problem? And I know you tried to explain that, but I'm saying that's going to be, I think a lot of people are going to have that question.
One of the
Okay,
best
especially businesses.
I think, Doug, and it's a great question. We anticipate the question, and we've been asking the EPA the same question for 13 years, and their answer is that if there was no impervious surfaces in Westford, then the water would be pristine, the conditions here would be without any impurity at all, but every square foot of impervious surface that we've built has burdened our water infrastructure all that much more.
To watch the entire meeting in stormwater management, visit WestfordCAT.org. The following is an editorial from WestfordCAT presented by News Director Joyce Polino Crane.
Thanks, Nancy. The Federal Communications Commission is proposing to redefine what a franchise fee is, and this issue will radically reduce the level of monetary support available to run community access channels across the country. Community access channels like WestfordCAT record government meetings to ensure local officials are transparent about their actions and behaviors. Giving regular citizens the ability to monitor actions is vital to the health of democracy. Community access channels provide local content in communities that are not served by the broadcast industry and are increasingly underserved by newspapers. The access channels help prevent media deserts in towns and cities across the U.S., and they ensure diversity of opinion at the local level. Congress should stop the FCC from trying to rewrite the 1984 Cable Act, which could financially starve local community access channels. Please help out WestfordCAT by signing the petition at the link below or by visiting westfordcatnews.org and searching for the word petition. Back to you, Nancy.
Nina has come back to the Lowell Humane Society shelter after her loving owner recently passed away. This 3-year-old Terrier Pit Bull mix is available now for adoption. Here's WestfordCAT's production coordinator, Patty Stocker, with more.
The Lowell Humane Society provides more than just a place for pets to stay while they're looking for their forever home. Their highly trained staff provides care and comfort for the animals that may come to the shelter needing medical attention. Nina was one of those pets. Here's Marketing and Fundraising Manager Crystal Arnott with more.
This is Nina. Nina is about 3.5 years old. As you can see, she is full of spunk. She has a very sad story. When she first came to us a few years back, she had a very bad skin infection. Her whole body was covered with crusty sores, and it took us a few months to really get her coat looking shiny and glossy. She found a wonderful adopter who took very good care of her and loved her so much. But sadly, he recently passed away, and without any other family, she was left alone again. So she's back here with us looking for a family once again. She is quite rambunctious, and she will need a home with older, probably teens and up, for kids or just adults, just because she can be a little overzealous at times. She might do well with another dog, but she can be quite a bit to deal with, so she's probably best for another really energetic, playful dog that can keep up with her.
If you think you'd like to provide Nina with her forever home, or would like more information on donating to or volunteering at the Lowell Humane Society, visit them Tuesday through Sunday at 951 Broadway Street in Lowell, or go to lowellhumanesociety.org. Call 978-452-7781. You can also find them on Facebook. For WestfordCAT, I'm Patty Stalker.
Sit. Come on. Good girl. You down? Good job.
Snow and cold temperatures. That's what happened this week. Let's see what weather.com is forecasting as we head into the weekend. Here's WestfordCAT board member Betsy Alvarez with suggestions for things to do in the area.
Thanks, Nancy. The Jack Kerouac films Big Sur, In One Fast Move, or I Am Gone will be shown March 5th and 7th at the Luna Theater at Mill No. 5. Admission is free, but seats are expected to fill quickly. Big Sur will be shown March 5th at 7:35 p.m. and One Fast Move will be shown March 7th at 6:05 p.m. The events are in collaboration with Merrimack Repertory Theater and the State of Jack Kerouac. The Luna is located at Mill No. 5, 250 Jackson Street in downtown Lowell. For further information, visit mrt.org/haunted-life-special-events. Armando Jimenez Aragon and his son Alejandro, two famous Zapotec Alebrije wood carving artists from Oaxaca, Mexico, will be visiting the Cameron Senior Center on March 5th from 4 to 6 p.m. Residents are invited to see how the artists craft their figures from copal wood. The art was passed down to them from Armando's grandfather, one of the originators of the art form. They may offer some of their work at the presentation for sale. For more information, residents can call 978-692-5523. A practice that is being revived in cemeteries across the country is under consideration in Westford. Green burials, otherwise known as natural ones, will be the presentation topic at the J.V. Fletcher Library on Thursday, February 28 at 7 p.m. A green burial places the body directly in the earth with a simple casket or shroud. Embalming fluid is not used. Learn how the body enriches the soil and watch a short film on the topic. This free program is for ages 14 and up. Register at the westfordlibrary.org or call 978-399-2304. I'm Betsy Alvarez, a WestfordCAT board member. Back to you, Nancy.
That's it for now, Westford. We leave you with Michelle McElroy's Oil on Canvas exhibit, now on display at the Parish Center for the Arts.